On today's video, we are making beads. Yes, I've wrote the word bead on the bead. I got patch, Velcro one, the one that has the word patch on it. Yep, it's quite good actually. And yeah, that's a sticker. Yeah, it says sticker because it's a sticker. Okay, so we're making these. This is basically the basics video. So let's just dive in. So here's me just messing around with some beads that I have previously made. Okay, it's good to have some practice. And it depends. The beads we're making depend on what hole you need, okay, what string you got. But it also, this is the basic style. This is one of my tools that I've been using. It's two skewers taped, and part of one of the skewers is trimmed. Okay, you'll see why that is later. Okay, it's really easy to use. And it's for some of the smaller holes of some of the items that I've got. Let's move that out of the way. Now this is for the larger holes. Two chopsticks, split and stuck together again, but just slightly differently. They have got a similar method. A lot of electrical tape. Okay, trimmed as such. You'll see why a bit later as well. I do like using these actually. I do prefer them. So even though we're going to be using just a basic PVA glue, right? I've not had any problems with my bead sticking to these actually. So I'm quite happy with that. So let's just get ourselves sorted. Okay, we're going to dive pretty much right in. I've got my glue. Right, ready, set, go. So, paper. I'm going to use paper. So, paper is the easiest thing to get. These are A3 in length. So if you get A3 paper, trim it lengthwise. Now you got them. So now I'm going to pop it in there. So the little slit I showed you just briefly earlier, we're going to slide it in. Okay. You need to make sure it's a little bit loose, as in you can slide it in and out, because it's going to get stuck if this bit is too tight. I've had that happen before where I didn't trim enough off and I couldn't get the bead off. And then it just broke and oh, it was horrible. So that's fine. So I'm going to stick it in, make sure it's nice. And also from here I can readjust. So once I do the first couple of turns, I can kind of level it out and just even it out, make sure it's going to go well. As I said, this is just a basic round bead, nothing too special, no craziness about it. And yeah, we're gonna get rolling. Okay. But yeah, some of these ones are quite strong, surprisingly. So you can imagine paper and glue layered, surprisingly strong. The ends, I've had to glue the ends just to give it a bit more of a better finish. Simple enough. So I'm just going to roll some. Okay, rolling is easy, but take your time. No point in rushing. What else are we going to do today? You know, so roll. And, you know, I'm going to glue as we go, bit by bit. But at the moment, you just roll carefully. Just make sure it's in line. Okay. Roll, roll, roll. Does seem a little boring, doesn't it? But it's actually not. Now, obviously, I'm using white paper because it's easy to practice. But in future, we're going to be using, well, a mixture of things. I've got a lot of designs and ideas, and I'm inspired by other variations of them. So we're gonna have something for everyone as the months progress. And I'm not just going to be making these, and I'm not just going to be making these in this way. I have got a lot of ideas coming up. I'm new, but I have been making things a long time, and it's finally time for me to actually start showing things. Okay, so I'm going to keep going with this. Roll, 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 bit of glue, roll again, bit of glue, roll again. Okay. And once we get near the end, because we're getting near the end now of this bit, now I can just, keep rolling until it's completed, stick it all down, and that's fine. But I kind of want a wider one. So some of these are a little wider. So what I'm going to do is get another bit of paper. And we're going to stick it in there, like that. So let me just get some glue, and we're going to get that sorted. So let me just get, you don't need a big lip, just a little bit is fine. I put glue on both sides, just so it's kind of like I'm sandwiching it. Okay, so you stick it in like that. You have to get it lined up quickly because how easy it is to just pop out. So that's what I'm just doing right now. Just get it lined up. It's a lot of fun doing this actually. Quite calming, making things. And because it costs virtually nothing to make things, it's quite nice to just give it a go, have some time to be calm. Yeah, let's just keep going. Keep going. And then when you get to adding a design, if I wanted to just add an outer design onto this, I can. It's very similar to the way we just linked two together. I'll show you a bit more with the other one because I'm nearing this one. This is nearly finished. Okay. So I will reference these again in other videos. I'm just tidying it up, poking in, making sure that I put a bit of glue in the middle, just to make sure it's okay. Give it a bit of a smush down. I'm going to leave this one to dry, but it's quite strong already, so I was quite happy with this one. I do find the ones that have that are tighter and have the smaller holes are a lot stronger to play with. So now we're going to use the bigger one and do the same thing again. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again. Stick it in, twist it, add some glue, roll it more, glue, roll it more, glue, and it's going to be easy enough. Okay, so I jumped forward a little bit because it's very similar to using the other roller, really. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll a bit more, just join it again. There we go, same method. And then I'm going to jump a bit more to add the design. Okay, so there we go. I am just getting the last bit. So this is 2 strips now. So we're nearly done. Just last blobs of glue before we add the design. We're going to call it the design because what if you don't have a big design to put on? What if you don't have a long strip of really colourful paper? So there's my little thing. It says bead on it because I want you to know what it is. And it's literally the same method as joining. Joining 2 strips is the same. It's no different. Okay. So yeah, it does take a bit of time to make sure it gets on there properly because you notice it was starting to slide. So it took me a bit of time to tidy this up, and it was doing well. I think it was this one was quite a fun make actually. So we're going to jump ahead to the next item. Okay, so stickers. It's literally tape, and this is greaseproof paper. Okay, yep, that's what we're going to make. That's the sticker that we're going to make that says sticker on it. So I just used some cheap wide tape. I don't have a cry cut. I don't have a sticker machine. I don't have printable sticker paper. I don't, or at least I don't think I have. And also, I don't really, if I'm going to print any, well, then you can't really make them yourself, can you? So, I'm just going to put some tape on here. Okay, it's going to take me a few minutes to get it lined up. It's not that hard. Okay, stick it on. Smooth it out while you can, because you can get wrinkles underneath. It's just a pain. So smooth it out quickly now. And then you get your design. Luckily, this says sticker on it. And guess what you do? Put some more tape over the top. Wow, was that hard? Is that hard? Is it hard? I think the hardest part of this is peeling off the tape. Now you just put it on. You know how many of these I've ruined because of like a bubble or a weird wrinkle? 6. 6 designs that I couldn't show you because they're broken, or they're weak, or they're just rubbish. And then you cut out the rest because you don't need all this stuff. So I'm just going to tidy it up. Not sure where I'm going to stick it yet, but it doesn't matter because I'll just do it later. I'll find a place to put it. I probably won't, you know. But this is how you make a sticker. It is that easy. Let's tidy up. Sticker's done. Okay. Yeah, you do need to make sure it's about as wide as the tape you've got, but that's fine. I've got a bead and a sticker done. Now, patches are 2 bits of card. Now, if you've got thicker card, use that, but 2 bits of card glued together with wood glue. Okay, I had to do a little jump cut here because I just did. So this is what it's like. They're stuck together really well. So I cut a piece out that is as big as the design. Now, what I've got here, the reason why there's an edge, well, you're going to find out in a minute. Now, what I did was I also painted the back because I wanted to make sure that it blends in with the Velcro. Okay. I was going to use 3, but it's a bit too thick. So 2 is fine. If you've got thicker card, it'll probably be better. But we're fine. No, we're going to be all right. So what I'm going to do, stick it like that. Give me a moment. Let's just put some glue on the card. Now, this is also a time when you could mess it up, because with blobs of glue everywhere, it might make your design wobbly. I've also got a patch that's messed up. So what I did was I made this. It's basically one of these cardboard like knives thing, basically it's cardboard cutlery, and I just trimmed off the edges, make it like not jagged almost. I don't know how to describe it. I just trimmed it off, make it so it's like a little glue spreader, and it works really, really well, surprisingly. And once I'd finished this, I was able to clean it, and I'm going to keep it. So here I am, just smoothing it out, really, really easily. Okay, don't worry about getting it on your cutting board. It's a cheap cutting mat, so I don't really care. So I'm going to put that on like that. I'm going to lay it this way. This actually made a lot more sense because it meant that it was a lot smoother when I do this. Okay, so I'm holding it down, holding it down, holding it down. And it takes a minute. This is the chance where I've got to readjust as well. So yeah, you see it was wonky, so I had to give it a quick readjustment while it's still in its gooey phase. That's good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fold over the excess. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue around and I'm going to fold it. This is a bit fiddly, so I'm gonna try not to overdo it. So what we're gonna do is fold the corners in like this. So you saw I put blob of glue in the corner. Fold the corners first. Alright, it takes a few moments. You're gonna notice your fingers are gonna get messy, which in turn might make your patch messy. But that's why we practice. With practice, it'll be less messy. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing this in the corners, and then I'll jump forward to from where I fold the rest of it. Okay, so just tidying up the corners that I have folded. That's basically how we're going to make it look. It's not perfect yet, it's going to take a bit of time, so I've got my little tool back out. I'm going to kind of, if need be, I can use it to help fold some edges. The cuts I've made were just to get off the jagged edges. It's nothing too major, so we're going to bit more glue. Yep, that does look a little suspect. Okay, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to glue, 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 and then fold it. And it's going to be all right. I'm going to get it done. And we're going to fold it. Fold it, fold it. Takes a bit of time. Just going to zoom in just to show you how I did it. Okay, realize that I've not put the glue in the right place. And stupidly use my finger, but it happens. Okay, use that to help me out a bit. Actually, it was great. It was quite useful. It didn't stick to anything, which I thought was quite good. And then do the same around the edges. So I just use that to help me just to get make it look a bit better. There it goes. Right, I'm going to jump forward, and when it's nearly done. Okay, so we're nearly finished. Just tidying up a few bits here and there. Last edge. Just flicking off some glue on my hands, because you're going to get glue on your hands. All right, it's not a big deal. It's just glue. All right, so I'm going to clean that off. I'm going to let it dry and go from there. It's a bit dirty, but that's is what it is. This is just a trial. This is just a test. This is just a practice. The other designs I've got are cleaner. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Now, obviously from here, I would probably suggest, obviously with your actual design, glaze it. If you've got something like Mod Podge, if you've got PVA glue and a little bit of water, or even if you've got UV resin, even that'll work. But on the back, what I'm going to do, once this is dry, is I'm going to add some Velcro on the back, clean this up, give it a little tidy up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it's going to look. Okay, so I'm going to stick that on there. I'm going to have to trim it because I think it's a bit too long. But otherwise, we are doing well. My glazing. Yep, we're going to do that off screen. Okay. If you've watched this whole video, thanks. I need this. But these are the final products. My sticker, my patch, which does have Velcro on, and my beads. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you.